Mr. Chairman, good to see you. Mr. Liu, just to follow up on Mr. Capuano's questions, the international insurance advisors are not seeking nuclear weapons, are they? And in regard to making sure that Hillary Clinton brushes her teeth, you're not the tooth fairy, correct? But in regard to emails, you were the Undersecretary of State for the management portion, right?
Well, I was Deputy Secretary of State. The Undersecretary of State for Management was another position.
And maybe we can put up an organizational chart of the Secretary of the Department of State. You actually reported directly to Hillary Clinton. Is that correct?
Correct.
And it's fair to say that there's many modes of communication, but one of them with the Secretary was via email, right?
Correct.
And is your testimony today that you never noticed that she wasn't sending email or you were corresponding with her via a .gov account? That you never realized that it was a Clinton email account?
Congressman, I can answer the same question again.
I'd like that.
Yeah, my general mode of communication with the Secretary was meetings and phone calls. I did email with her from time to time. I don't remember exactly how it showed up.
I want to be very patient, but I would ask. I mean, President Obama has indicated this is going to be one of the most open and transparent governments we've ever seen. And as one of his representatives, I would ask that you actually respond to the question, which is, did you ever notice that you were corresponding with Secretary Clinton on an account that was not a .gov account?
Congressman, I always...
Did you ever notice that, yes or no?
I always made sure I was corresponding with the right person.
That's not my... Listen, you're very good at this, not answering questions, and I appreciate the way you tap dance, but I think everyone in the room understands my question, and you're just not answering it. Did you know that you were corresponding with Secretary Clinton on an account that was not a .gov account? Yes or no?
Congressman, I don't remember giving it a lot of thought at the time.
Not whether you gave it a lot of thought or not is not my question. The question is, did you know you were corresponding with her on an email that was
It's a long time ago.
So you're saying you don't remember? Is that your testimony?
I'm just telling you.
Is it your testimony that you don't remember?
I'm just telling you that when I emailed with people, I always make sure.
So is it fair to say you don't want to answer my question, Mr. Secretary? Because you know the question I'm asking, and you're refusing to answer it. So I guess what I'm assuming is you knew you were corresponding with her on an account that was a non-official account. And I understand you don't want to lie to Congress, and I appreciate that, and you don't want to be part of a news story. I appreciate that, so you don't want to answer my question. But I think all of us here understand that you're saying, I knew that it was a non-official account. I just don't want to tell you here. Is that right?
Look, Congressman, I've always endeavored to do my business, in an open way.
And again, non-responsive. But let me ask you, do you use for official business your official account, or have you ever, let me strike that, have you ever used an official account for official business?
I use my official email for official business, and I follow all the
Have you ever used a non-government account for official business?
The only time I ever would use my personal account is if for some reason I couldn't use my...
Have you ever used a non-government account for official government business?
On occasion, consistent with common practice. If I can't use official email, I have, but it's not at all a regular occurrence.
Let me, and I think this is an important issue. Let me give you a quote, and let me see if you can tell me who gave this one. Any unauthorized disclosure of classified information is a violation of our law and compromises our national security, and that our national defense requires that sensitive information be maintained in confidence to protect our citizens, our democratic institutions, and our homeland. Protecting information critical to our national security is the responsibility of each individual who is granted access to classified information. Do you know who gave that quote?
I do not know who gave that quote, but you're going to tell me.
I'm going to tell you it was you. You gave that quote. That was yours. And I would hope that we have laws in place that apply to everyone in government, not just a few in government.
To be clear, classified information can't be communicated over normal official email either. It has to be on a classified system.
Do you suspect that the Hillary Clinton email, clintonemail.com, is as secure as the .gov email system?
Look, there are others who are more expert looking at that.
But your opinion?
Yeah.
It's possible?
I'm not going to comment on something I don't really have the knowledge to comment.
Being an operations guy, the COO On the exit form that every State Department employee is to sign, were you pretty certain that everyone who exited the State Department would sign that appropriate documentation?
I would assume it would be normal practice.
Okay. I yield back.